So Tim be fighting.
Huh? What?
Get your mind off food, man.
Oh, my bad.
You said it. So Tim be fighting. Tim be fighting.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Tim, man.
Tszyu.
Because, a lot of fighters sit back and just wait for the opportunity to get somebody. And obviously, Tim's been, I think this fight's been supposed to happen since the beginning of the year. This time last year, the Charlo fight.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
Yeah.
But instead of him sitting around just waiting, he started fighting and fighting. Another top 10 opponent, another top 10. He's literally cleaned out the division by himself while he waits on Charlo.
Yeah.
Got awarded a belt. And I think he earned the belt. I mean, he didn't take it from the guy.
Yeah.
But he did the best he could.
Yeah.
The second best thing he could do to get the belt.
Yeah.
You ain't fighting me. I'm going to keep fighting everybody.
Yeah.
So, shout out to him and Brian Mendoza.
I was going to say, if anything, you could say Brian Mendoza cleaned out the other side of the super welterweight division.
And, and they
like
like
that
the
big
last
knockout
two
against Fondora.
Last two standing. Brian Mendoza, I think he has a WBC interim. So I don't know if Tim beats him, he takes that, or if Brian beats Tim, he holds up both belts. Who knows how that works?
Who knows? Let's talk about the names.
But shout out to Brian Mendoza. Man, hell of a knockout of the Fire in Inferno. I don't know.
Towering Inferno.
Towering Inferno. I know it's a big ass. Fire. There was a fire a couple of months ago. My man went down, but he ended up getting the upset. Shawn had him on the next week. I don't know where was I at. The guy, he has a puncher chance, and what I like about him, he fights. I ain't got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
That's his attitude.
Yeah.
Be smart.
Yeah.
Because Tim got that equalizer.
Yeah.
But I think this style makes fights, and I think it'll be energetic, great fight for as long as it lasts. I worry about Brian, just the pressure and just the firefight that he get caught in the firefight. And the Cinderella story comes to an end.
Yeah, you're right. He's truly living like a Cinderella type of story right now. I think that from what I've seen from Brian, he has this like tentative style where it's almost like he's indecisive.
Yeah.
But it could just be his rhythm. Because it's like he's indecisive, but then he's effective with it. You know what I mean? Not a crazy high punch output. Just good. You know what I mean? Like at some things, like he can move, he can get away, he can move, he can lure you in.
A solid fighter.
Yeah, but he ain't sharp. I'm here. I can turn you and then da. You know what I mean? Like he's just a solid, good boxer.
Good.
Yeah, just real a solid, good boxer. We saw the KO against Fondora, and while hellacious punch thrown right there, you got to also figure in the momentum that Fondora
to the side.
that Fondora brought into that punch, not discrediting his power, but I don't think he has what you would consider true Charlo one punch.
Or Tszyu.
Or can you say Charlo anymore?
Yeah. Give him credit. Still 154.
All right, you still get credit. He don't have that kind of knockout power. You know what I mean? So, it's kind of like, it's like gas tank against gas tank with this one. Which is going to be a fun fight to watch,
Hey, your gas can't go forever unless you catch a flat.
I think, again, like y'all should know by now, I'm a big fan of Tszyu. Like I've seen him like grow up in some ways. You know what I mean? Talk to him. He is locked in. But what I like about this fight, this camp, he did his camp here in Las Vegas.
Oh, Tim's here? Why?
No, he's not here anymore.
But
why?
Yeah.
Because this is how it was for me in Cleveland. When you clean up your city and you the king of your city, it's time for you to go where you are prince. Okay. You can't stay in the city and just be a king there. You don't grow up. You don't learn. You don't improve, expand. And so by Tim coming over here, we got different styles over here. He's gonna see a lot of different things
get a lot of work
in 3 weeks over here that he would see being the king in Australia. You get out of your comfort zone. You know what I mean? You get out of whatever waitress and waiters and waitresses you got at the house. Not to say that he do, but it's that kind of mentality and mold over there. So for him to come out of that mode and come into, let me humble myself and see who I am here in the States, challenge myself and kind of get that experience against American fighters, you know, it makes him even better for this fight. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I see where you're coming from because like you was here for like 10 years and a couple camps. You took your camps to actually DC.
Yeah.
And you was there DC for a month.
see,
A whole different style because it's like I seen everything in Vegas.
I would-
You used to spar so much here. I can only go to so many other gyms.
nobody messing with me over there at Mayweather's and all them gyms. We were flying in guys to train with me and stuff like that. You know, Boo Boo's been here, Brandon Adams has been here. You know, Brandon Lynch has been a number of guys that we brought in. But then my dad was like, "Yeah, you gotta. It's time to get out of here.
Yeah.
This is now your comfort zone, and we gotta get you out of your comfort zone." You know what I mean? So, why are you talking about Tim being the busiest fighter in boxing?
Yeah.
And he
Third fight this year.
and he that's the best move boxer in boxing right now.
The best, what'd you say?
Moved boxer
Okay.
in boxing.
Okay.
But then you take it a step further and it's like, okay, you could be busy, but what are you doing while you're busy? And again, he is finding ways to not allow himself to be comfortable. He's finding ways to challenge himself. And that way, you know, when fight night comes, he is the best man in the ring.
Okay. I think that's what I think. This fight, my prediction. I got Tim 8th round stoppage.
Ooh, where you get this from? Whenever somebody tell me what round somebody gonna lose in,
Just because it's like something you have to do.
how?
I'm literally 0%. I hit one fight, and I remember somebody hitting me back. I'm like,
Do you know what fight that was?
no, I know. I get lucky every once in the blue moon, but
Yeah.
okay, knockout. Oh, knockout. But it just seemed like I don't know. You compare stuff. I mean, last fight he knocked dude out in one round, so and I think Tony Harrison was 9, so it's just like But like you said, I just think these guys are the last ones left. Winner. Some people said they only want to see Charlo fight. They want to see him fight Crawford. Some people don't even want to see Charlo fight again.
I don't even think Charlo's going back to 154. So
the problem is my man just had a great payday. One thing I don't, and I give y'all all the credit, y'all deserve time off. When boxers get big paydays, especially when you fight like a Canelo or Floyd, we wouldn't see y'all for like a year.
Yeah.
I feel like we're not going to see this dude till next summer.
If at all.
If at all. Yeah, Shawn did say he don't see him come back 154. The beating he took at that level, I think he realized I probably can't compete up here, though.
I wonder if he cashed in.
You think that was it?
I wonder.
Well, if you... So I still want to see Tim Charlo beginning of the year. I think Charlo effed up injuries happen. By not fighting him a year ago. You let this boy get better, gain more confidence, seeing you get beat.
Yeah.
And his level of confidence coming as the world champion, I'm the real undisputed. He gonna have all that in his head when he fights you. So his confidence level's up here, and I don't know where you at after that.
Yeah.
So I worry about Charlo for that. I still think Charlo does his thing at 154. I still will edge Charlo in the Tim Tszyu fight, but it's still a lot. And Brian Mendoza has something to say about all this.
Yeah, I want to see how this fight plays out. I want to see. I do think that Tim will win this fight. I think it's pretty close to 50-50. I think you give an edge to Tim based on what I've seen out of him and his improvements in his last now 3 fights in his his last 2 fights. I think Tim is the better boxer.
Yeah, I go with Tim the better boxer.
I think Brian is more athletic. I think Brian is smarter, but Tim's style, and he's confident in his style, I think that offsets the intellect that Brian brings. And what I mean by that is, let's say my thing is timing, and I think that that's one of Brian's biggest keys to him is his timing. And I got my rhythm set up in my timing, but Tim is just like, I'm catching and I'm coming.
Yeah,
I don't care about your timing. And it's like your timing and your intellect and ability to read me are you gonna be able to read everything that I'm bringing? You know what I mean? So I think it offsets.
Is this a fight of will versus skills? And I've seen Will beat a lot of skills, Shawn.
Well, because Tim's got skills too now.
And Brian Mendoza
skills have improved.
Yeah, and Brian Mendoza has the will.
Yeah,
it's basically like it's what Ugas.
Yeah,
it's a second career.
Yeah,
this is his. He got with that knockout. How did he get that fight? Did somebody drop out of that? Fundora?
Great question.
I thought that was something. That. I know. I just thought something like that happened. Yeah. But once he got his moment, he capitalized on his moment.
I'm over here like, you can't do that kind of shit on
Pride. yeah.
Trying to tighten up, baby.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Somebody dropped out of that fight.
We gonna come in here with glasses next week.
Hey, man. Hey.
As the survey.